In 536 AD, people believed the world was ending. The sun dimmed. The cold came. Millions starved. And then, history moved on. But 1,300 years later, it happened again. The sun was still there, but it no longer warmed the earth. Crops died. Animals collapsed in the fields. People began eating tree bark and watching their children starve. This is the story of 1816, the year the sun disappeared again. In the early 19th century, people believed they understood the seasons. Spring brought hope. Summer brought food. Winter was harsh, but temporary. So when 1816 arrived, farmers planted their crops as they always had. They waited for warmth. They waited for light. But summer never came. Instead, cold rain fell for weeks, gray skies covered the land, and frost appeared in June. Something was terribly wrong. The cause wasn't a war, not a plague, not a punishment anyone could see. A year earlier, in April 1815, on a distant island in Indonesia, a mountain named Mount Tambora exploded. The eruption was so powerful, it tore the top off the volcano. Ash shot into the upper atmosphere, higher than any storm, higher than clouds. And once it reached the sky, it didn't fall back down. It spread across oceans, across continents, around the entire planet. By 1816, the Earth was wrapped in a thin veil of ash. The sun was still visible, but it looked pale, weak, sickly. People wrote in their diaries, "The sun shines, but it gives no heat." In New England, snow fell in June. In Europe, rivers flooded endlessly. In Switzerland, crops rotted in the fields. Fields meant for wheat and grain turned into mud. And with no harvest, there would be no winter food. By late summer, hunger spread everywhere. Bread prices doubled, then tripled, then became unreachable. Families began boiling grass, stripping bark from trees, grinding anything that could be swallowed. People collapsed on roadsides. Children cried without tears, too weak to cry. In villages and towns, fear wasn't loud. It was silent. The silence of empty stomachs. The silence of watching someone fade away and knowing you could do nothing. People didn't understand climate science. They didn't know about aerosols or volcanic winters. They only knew this: the seasons had betrayed them. Churches filled again. Apocalyptic sermons returned. Some believed God had abandoned humanity. Others believed the world was simply dying. Migration began. Families walked for days through rain and mud, hoping somewhere, anywhere was warmer. Most found nothing. But something strange happened in this darkness. In Switzerland, near Lake Geneva, a group of young people were trapped indoors. The weather never improved. Days were dark. The air was cold. So they told each other stories, ghost stories, nightmares, tales of creation and suffering. From that summer of darkness came a novel that would haunt the world forever. Frankenstein, a story about life created from death, a being born from isolation, cold, and despair. Not a coincidence, a reflection of the world around them. 1816 was not unique. It followed the same pattern as 536 AD, a massive eruption, a darkened sky, a cold world, hunger, fear. Civilization likes to believe it is stable. But history reminds us, sometimes all it takes is one volcano on the other side of the planet to bring the world to its knees. The sun returned, the skies cleared, humanity survived, but barely. And every time we look up at the sky, every time we trust the seasons, we should remember, the sun has disappeared before, and it can happen again. Friends, if you enjoyed this video and want to support the channel, please leave a like and subscribe. It truly helps our channel grow and allows us to keep telling these forgotten stories of humanity. Thank you for watching. and see you in the next one.